Okay, good day.
Yeah.
Can we get to meet you?
Yeah, good day. My name is Daniel Adeigba-An.
Come again. Daniel.
My name's Daniel Adeigba-An.
Okay. Can you tell us a bit about your family background and your education?
Well, I'm a graduate of History and International Studies, Kogi State University, 2010 graduation year, and I'm from Kogi State, Ijumu local government to be precise.
Which local government?
Ijumu local government.
Ijumu local government. Okay.
Kogi State.
Okay.
From family of Adeigba, family of 8. I happen to be second to the last in the family, the favorite child.
A bit about your... Okay. If you don't know that. Now, pertaining to your post-university life, what did you do? Let me come again. Pertaining to your post-university life, what year did you do your NYSC, and in which states were you posted to?
Well, I did my National Youth Service Corps service here in Yobe State in the year 2010-2011, batch B, batch,
Okay.
and the year 2010 and 11.
Okay.
Posted to Yobe State, Damaturu, to be precise, is Damaturu local government.
Damaturu local government.
Yeah.
Okay.
To go and teach as a teacher.
Okay. And what's the school you served in, or the school where you were posted to? What did you?
I was teaching social studies and English.
English. Okay. When were you posted to the north, and what was your reaction? What was your reaction and the reaction from your family members?
I was posted to the north, Yobe State, the northeast.
Okay.
When I was posted up there in the north, I was a bit down that why the north, and immediately I got my call-up letter. I discovered it was Yobe. I thought it was Yaba. So I now looked at how do we have Yaba State or Yobe? I've not heard about Yobe or anything except one we have in the state and capital and all.
Okay.
But when I made my research, I learned that it belongs to one of the northern states, the northeast states, which the temperature there is very, very high. Very, very hot. The weather there is very harsh, not friendly. Due to my complexion, I'm a dark person, so I think I can go on with it. So I said, well, if it is in the will of God for me to go to the north, because I tried everything possible to redeploy, to do everything to make sure that I don't go there. Even before the call-up letter, that okay, let me go to some of the areas, and people that we did that together, they succeeded, but mine did not succeed. So I was not posted to the place I wanted, which is Calabar. But I was shocked when I discovered that it was in Yobe. So I went there, I did my 3 weeks orientation camp successfully, and I did my posting successfully to the state capital itself. And, I did my normal registrations after camp, and I started my lecturing and teaching in school. Because there's all called personal parole, PP. My PP was in their university there to go and lecture, because I am a graduate of History and International Studies. So I lectured in 2 departments in that school, History department and Law faculty. So I was doing my personal assignment, personal parole there, where they get to pay me and all that. So that's it.
Okay, and what was the reaction of your family members?
Well, initially my family members were saying, Daniel, what are you going to do in the north, and blah blah blah. I told them, hey, either not or no not. Whatever God has in store for me, destiny, I cannot change, because I've tried everything possible to change my posting, but it doesn't work out. So therefore, I cannot do anything about it. I just have to follow my destiny. If I had known that it was going to end like this, probably I would have changed my mind. But they said human being propose and God disposes. So the will of God, I stood on that to encourage my family to let me go, that I'll be fine. And they gave up at last and said, well, we know God has always been with you, and He will be with you also with this. And it was a shock when my ordeal started. When I felt the victim of national calamity.
We'll get to that. Back to the issue about trying to influence your posting. Like you would know, some people influence their postings to their preferred states.
Yes, of which I did.
Did you try to influence? Did you try to influence your posting? And can you be more specific? A little bit of detail. What you tried?
I never wanted to serve in the north, considering the crisis in the north, right? But since I have tried everything possible, use every available means to repost myself back to my preferred states, like Calabar and Port Harcourt. It wasn't working out. People that we did together, it works for them, but mine didn't work out. That it's an indication for me that God is actually preparing for something. So if others don't will work out, and if any of the postings should work out, mine should be the first to work out because I linked them up to this person who helped them. So mine should be the number one priority of this man's mind. But mine didn't work out, it didn't come out, and the person that he did it. So there must have been kind of a orchestration that God is actually involved in this. So that was why I gave up. I said I'm not reposting myself. Whatever comes, I'll take it.
Living in the north, what is it like? Or rather, what was it like for you?
Life in the north, aside the weather thing and the insecurity and the Boko Haram insurgencies, life in the north is very, very preferred to the life around the west or in the other parts of this country. The people there are friendly, they're hospitable, you get to manage your resources very well, so much of food for you to eat. You don't have to, the money you spend on a meal here in Lagos, you can spend such to secure 2 or 3 meals in the north, because things are very cheap, like food. You get to see a lot of fruities, you get to see vegetable things very cheap, and you can manage your resources. Life there is very good. So aside the weather and the Boko Haram insurgents, that is the insecurity is the major problem in the north. Aside of this, and of course the illiteracy. That's eating so much into them, which has made so many of them not to know what is going on in the globe, what is going on in the society, where some of them are not sociable, all in the name of even the so-called religion extremists and religion differences. Has covered them, the doctrine and injunctions of, like for instance, Islam, as restricts most of them from getting to know what is going on in the society. Unlike the other part of the religion who knows what's up, know what's going on, and they move with it. So apart from all this that I just mentioned, North is a very beautiful place to stay. I had it in mind. Excuse me, please.
Sorry.
I had it in mind that after my school, if I'm looking for a place to settle down, though Jos is not the northern part of the country, it's just the middle belt. I had it in mind to settle down in the north. Of course, we have the large position, number of houses who live in the north. So I had in mind to settle down in the north, in the Jos, because of the atmospheric condition. It's very cool and all that. So that's just it. In the north, life is very good, apart from the problem of insecurity, religious differences, and
Illiteracy. Okay. So the next question: can you share with us what really happened to you on that day you found yourself in the morgue?
The day I found myself in the north.
What happened before then? How did your ordeal begin?
Well, when I was posted to Yobe State, when I started, I went to Oyibo here.
You went to
Oyibo,
Yaba,
in Lagos,
Yaba,
Oyibo here.
Yeah.
So joined a vehicle, Izewanta, to Kano. So I got to Kano. I joined another vehicle from there to Yobe State. I got to Kano very late at night. I think we got there around 9 or 10. Then from Kano to Yobe State to Fikakan is another 6 to 7 or 8 hours. 8 hours. Let me just put that way, 8 hours. So we got to camp. We got to a place called Potiskum. We got there around 5 a.m.
Capital of Yobe State.
No, that's not the capital. Capital of Yobe is Damaturu.
Damaturu, okay,
So
Potiskum.
Potiskum
Okay.
is just is a big city
It's
though.
a big city, yeah.
Yeah, it's one of the big cities in the Yobe State. So I got to Potiskum and we are lighted, waited for the day to break very well so that we can proceed to the camp. When we got to the camp, it was cold, it was dusty. You know, Yobe State has this what do you call these things? The name they call them the pride of Sahara Desert. So it is very, very hot, dusty.
Wind.
Even some of the songs we see, the way the normal NYSC anthem say, under the sun and in the rain. But in Yobe State we don't sing it that way. We say on the hot sun and in the dust. So there was never a rain. It was dusty all through our orientation exercise. And of course another thing there is wind that blows dust into your eyes that you have to be very careful. If you don't keep yourself well with glasses and all that, you get blind. And this wind is called Iska. The wind is capable of falling down a building. It fell down building on some of our corps members and broke their backs, their bones. So those are the experience. And after which my OG came on board. After the camp, we posted to Yobe State to go to Damaturu to go and teach. And after that, then my audio starts on January 4th, 2011. All this was in 2010. So in 2011, 4th of January, the ordeal kickstarts itself.
Now, can you tell us what happened?
Well, like every other Nigerians, we always want to celebrate festive periods with the family, loved ones, and friends, and all that. Posted up there in the north was not a good thing for me to stay alone to celebrate my Christmas and New Year all alone in a place that I do not know, the place that I was just like 2 months or a month plus old there. So something so good for me to celebrate Christmas and New Year there. And of course with the bombing of churches and all that blah blah blah, so I had to travel home. And that was after when my school was on vacation. I traveled home for Christmas and New Year. Then I was returning. There was a national call that corps members register online back there at home, their respective home online, for this INEC ad hoc stuff, of which I did successfully on time. Then excuse me. Then there was another call that we should report at our place of primary assignment before 4th of January. The call came from the landlord of the family house for the Team Christian Fellowship, Corpus Fellowship family house. The landlord called that we should return 4th at our place of primary assignment, and our own place was where we were supposed to assemble is GGC, Government Girls College. That we should assemble there for the training of how to use the GDC data
Capturing.
So I did that. So the accident, when we were coming, we had an accident on the way.
Where were you coming from?
I was coming from home.
That's Lagos.
No, I was coming from Enugu.
Enugu, okay.
Yeah. So I was
So
from
the bus you boarded, the cab you boarded from Enugu to where?
No. It was not the vehicle from Enugu to Jos.
Okay.
I got the vehicle from Enugu to Jos, then from Jos to Yobe State.
Okay.
So the one I entered from Jos to Yobe State was where the problem
Okay.
started. So the bus was supposed to be carrying 14 passengers with
Okay.
heavy loads. The bus now carried 18 passengers. And this bus, the loads in there, the weight is even much more than the weight of people's human beings sitting in the vehicle. So it's also much that the car was moving, going zigzags, was not balanced on the way. His driver was just struggling with his steering because I was sitting right beside him in front seat. I just told him to be careful. So when we get to the place and saw nylons on the road, and because we're told on camp that we should be careful with nylons on the express or the highway or something. That's how the Boko Haram planted their bombs. And of course, we're their targets. And we're all core members in this vehicle. We're 18 core members. And we're fully kitted. 5 over 5. So we thought they've seen us, or they did that purposely for us or something, or they passed us by and all that. And to go and plant their bomb in front for us to come and just climb. So we told you, look at this nylon, dodge it. So in an attempt to dodge it, and it was very close to a bomb, a pothole. So while he was trying to dodge it, he could not control his hand. Then he somersaulted for a good 8 times. He escaped with the nylon. He somersaulted for a good 8 times. And that 8 times, on national dailies, it was said that 18 copper died in an auto crash. Well, I was privileged by the grace of God. Me and my friend Adeigba-An, we came back to life. And Adeigba-An now, she's okay, she's married, she's with her family, she's with her husband and all that, she had a baby and all that. So, and we were taken from there to Maiduguri, from General Abacha Hospital, because I think I'm called in Damaturu State Capital, where I was 7. I had already reached Damaturu.
Hold on. When did the accident occur? What time? Morning, afternoon, night?
Afternoon.
Afternoon.
Yeah.
Okay, go on.
So, around 1 thereabout. So, we're taken from there to straight to the mortuary, General Abacha mortuary in Damaturu, where they discovered that, okay, there's still life with me and the other girl, and we're taken to University of Maiduguri Teaching Hospital.
So, the remaining 16 passengers all died?
They are gone. So,
what about the driver?
Sorry, I don't know about the driver.
Okay.
I'm not concerned about the driver.
Okay.
I'm not concerned about the comments.
Okay, go on.
So, they were taken. I was taken to Maiduguri Teaching Hospital, where I came back the following day. Then the lady came back a month and 2 weeks.
Oh.
So we almost have the same problem, but our own was not sight thing, because she was not talking normal like a normal person at first for like some months, almost a year. But she had brain shift as well, just like I have my brain shift. I have just one of my brain working as I speak to you now.
A part of your brain working?
Sorry?
A part of your brain working?
Yeah, just one part.
What part? Left
just
or right?
one part.
Yeah, left or right? What part of your brain is
okay, this one, yeah.
The left.
The left one.
The left, okay. The left one is working?
No.
It's not working, so it's the right
yeah.
part of your brain that is working?
Yeah, I depend on the right now.
Oh, you depend on the right. So it's also affecting your sight?
Yeah, it's my optical nerves that supplies my vision has been crushed and damaged as a result of this accident.
Okay.
Because the impact of the accident basically is head injury. And this, my hand, what I have here, just iron. I don't have bones anymore here.
Oh, okay.
So I have, the doctors, they call it plates. Okay. That is what I have. I had the surgery in Shagamu. And I was taken away from my degree because I was in threat that they were coming to blow displays and all that. So I retired from there. Please refer me to Shagamu State so that I can further my treatment. So I was in the hospital for a whole year. There was no money, there was no help from anywhere. NYSC rejected me. No help coming from them. They didn't even check on me if I'm still alive or not. There was no penny coming out from them. No penny coming out from NYSC, who adopted me as a staff to work for them for election. Not even federal government who sent me, who called me out of my parents' house to come and serve my nation.
What about your federal allowances? Were you getting them?
I was getting my federal allowance, but my state allowance, I didn't get it up to now as I speak to you. So, that is just still about my ordeal.
Okay.
And life has been so hard and so difficult for me to go.
If you were to, obviously this is a testimony. What you went through and that you came back alive. How would you describe this as a testimony? The ordeal that you had an accident, the car somersaulted 8 times, people presumed you dead at the morgue, at the mortuary, and you came back alive. Can you let us into, if you can remember, what happened between the accident, you arriving at the mortuary, and you coming back alive?
Well, the testimony here is me being alive today. because persons died in the vehicle. You see, God choose when such incident occur, like such as an accident. We have two angels. One come to protect and take the ones of the Lord, one of the children of God, to preserve them. And the devil, of course, will be there to take those that belong to him. But I'm not saying that those that died belongs to the devil. No, I enjoy the grace of God. I probably would have died, but he said God is the God who chooses who to live and who to die. He decided, okay, Daniel, stay. I still have more things for you to do for me. Then probably the others can go. So the testimony here is, I have tasted death. I have a cleavage with death. I know what it takes. I know what it's all about. The testimony is God spared my life. It would have been an everlasting sorrow to my mother, because as I told you, I'm a preferred child in my family. Loved and cared for my family. If my family are in a good conditions, probably I won't be speaking in this country, because I am loved by them. If anything that had happened to me, it would be everlasting sorrow. And the testimony also is that I thank God that God did not plant a sorrow, everlasting sorrow in my family through my death. God did allow it to happen. And thirdly, testimony is, I came out of that ready and waiting for what God wants to use me for. I thank God that God is going to use me or made me a battle axe for my generation, because a lot of things has to be done in this country right, which are not done. Probably God is preparing me more for those that will make this country better and make it more conducive for everyone to stay. So those are my testimonies, and the testimony also is how I get to finance most of the bills of the hospital. I don't know how they came. You can't imagine somebody who's on the sick bed to go and look for money to treat himself, that has no sight. How, and we all know how much teaching hospitals, and we know how much expensive they are. That I had 9 medical expertise, medical consultants. I had neurosurgeon working on my brain. I had dentist working on my teeth, setting of teeth, because I had my job shifted, one part and this one part. I can't eat, I can't chew anything. I had radiologist, I had a physiotherapist, I had orthopedic doctor, I have ophthalmologist for the eye. I had 9 of them, and I had to pay all these persons. Like this neurosurgeon, I had to wait for several months for him to go around the country from Sokoto before he now come, and I had to pay him for his coming and all that. How those money were paid, I don't know. It's just God. It's another testimony.
Amazing. After the incident, like you rightly said, you weren't redeployed.
I didn't redeploy.
Yeah, you didn't redeploy because you were holed up in the hospital for close to a year plus.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't redeploy. Though I was not in the north. I was suggested to redeploy. I said no. I'm not redeploying. I'll finish my service in Yobe State. I am there already.
And you finished your
I finished my service in Yobe State. I went there to pick up my certificate myself.
Oh really?
Yeah.
When?
From the hospital in October 2011.
Oh. Okay.
2011. Yeah.
Okay, that's good. Were you born again before the ordeal you had?
Yes, I was born again, but my salvation was not stable.
Okay.
It was fluctuating. It was not stable. It was stagnant.
Okay, and now?
Well, I still thirst for God.
Okay.
More of God, to get close to Him every day.
Okay.
I won't say I am there yet.
Okay.
My salvation is not. I'm not there yet. I'm not where I'm supposed to be yet. But I'm looking up for God's perfection.
Okay. After that ordeal you had, how have you fared?
Initially, I've been feeling bad, down, rejected, because I lost a lot of friends, families, ones that I really trust, they betrayed me.
They neglected you and all that.
Yeah.
Friends also neglected you.
So?
Friends also neglected you.
Friends
and
family, they neglected me, they rejected me. They don't carry me along, they feel that there is nothing Daniel can do. I have friends who said when I became destitute after the whole story. When I came out of the hospital in Shagamu, there was no home to go, there was no place to go. I was sleeping in the restaurant in the hospital after I've been discharged, without the notice of the hospital, just the woman that sells food and the security guys that knows that I sleep there. But
was that because you didn't have money to go back home?
Not because I didn't have money to go back home. Which home will I go to? There was no home again. I can't go back to my village, God forbid, because that is where I have my mother. So go and sit down with my mother and be a source of sorrow, source of tears to her. No, I refuse to do that.
Your family, you were based in Kogi State.
I was based in Lagos.
Okay, you were based in Lagos.
Yes.
But your family.
I was staying with an uncle who is my family.
But your family.
As I speak to that, my uncle, he called himself a pastor. He didn't. Since that my idea, he has not called me to say hello, except me calling him. Even when I needed money, up to now he didn't send me 50 kobo.
Okay, but your nuclear family, that's your nuclear family.
Yes.
Is in Kogi State.
Yes.
But you're extended. You are staying with.
They are also.
Okay.
My nuclear family. They are just everywhere. They are just there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, like you said, how have you fared after the ordeal? Like I said, how have you fared after the ordeal?
I've been feeling so bad and rejected, and the fact that I became destitute, no home, nowhere to stay, sleeping around in village stations, sleeping around in churches where they have vigils, and several times I fall into the hands of security officers, operatives. But if I show them some of the paper that published me, they'll let me go, that I'm not a criminal. I've been like that, but I believe something that all these things are not just happening to me, probably they are happening for me. I believe I have a destiny. If I don't prefer, I will reach my destiny. So that's encourages me. I don't feel so bad anymore. And with the teaching and encouragement and counseling from the City of David General Counseling Unit under the leadership of Mrs. Chiadi Ondo, I think I'm a little bit better than what I used to be. I have waved some of my agonies and tears. So looking forward. Up and face the challenge and either fire or force to climb through the bridge of difficulties. And probably you can meet someone who had been up there who gave me a helping hand down to climb the orange tree. Then I can be of help to others who want to go through that. So presently, basically, I just need a helping hand.
Okay, on to the next question. Has the experience changed your outlook on life generally?
Change my what?
Your outlook on life generally.
Outlook
on life generally.
Life is beautiful. It is precious. Life is like a play. You go on stage, you play your parts. After having studied scripts, go to the stage to play your part, and after which you leave the stage. That is life. Another thing to life is more like a rose. See it blossom in the morning, it's sweet in the morning, fresh, and in the evening you question yourself, was this not the same flower I see in the morning that was blossoming and that was sweet? And that is life. So my take on life after my ordeal, after my experience, still don't change that life is a beautiful thing that God has given to me, that I must give account of it after the difficulties and up and downs. life is all about challenge. The ability, the strength, the wisdom to go through challenges of life is there in you, in me, to go through. So if I fail, I will be responsible for my life. Then too, I will be irresponsible, not being able to go through the difficulties of life. So my perspective about life hasn't changed. My take on life is still a beautiful thing, and I will achieve what I need to achieve, come what may, by the grace of God.
I would like to ask you one question. Your eyesight, what is it like now? Percentage, if you were to over 100?
Let's say I'm having 8% over 100.
Oh, 80% over?
8%.
8%.
Yeah.
So out of 100% eyesight, you only have 8%.
Yeah.
How do you read?
How do I read?
Yeah, read.
I don't read.
Oh, you don't read?
I don't read. I can't read. I can't recognize. I can't identify things. That is why I want to make use of the technologies available for me, being able to read and write, like having a software called JAWS. JAWS will help. Called JAWS.
JAWS.
Yeah, JAWS.
JAWS.
So it will help me use computers. It will help me read messages. It will help me use iPad phones.
Okay.
It will help me use some things which I don't have all these things on laptop. If I can have all these things, I'll be able to also go and study Braille with these things. So I can do things on my own. I can walk like every other person. I can walk anywhere in this country, in Nigeria, or anywhere in the world, just like every other person, with every other sighted person. I'm just visually impaired.
Okay.
So I'm in need of assistance. When I say in need of assistance, someone like me who doesn't have sight, I can say that somebody who is in need of another sight to see.
Okay.
It will come in any form.
Okay.
So that is just the thing.
Okay.
I don't read.
Okay. The software you talked about, I'm sure you've done investigation on
Yes.
how much it costs and all that.
Well, the software, when I make inquiries, a licensed the latest software, the latest JAWS now is JAWS 14, which is very good. But the one I have the price of is JAWS 9, which is 150,000. With a laptop, I think it costs 150,000. A very good laptop. It's a very good one, not on this fake one or this one. Yeah, because there are some that works with those softwares.
Okay.
Yes. Then also, when I need a laptop, I also need other softwares like Talks, which I also buy on the Symbian phone, which I only use the Touchlight Nokia here, and this phone, Asha 200. So all these things I need to get them so that I can, because I have gone around to look for a job. I'm just being denied because I cannot read, I cannot write. So once I have all these things, I will be able to read and write and do things on my own, just like every other person who is reading this paper now will do.
You just said something now. You've gone around looking for jobs, but you've been denied just because you can't see.
Yeah.
And not that, and it has nothing to do with your IQ. It's just
At all.
It's just because you can't see.
Yeah, just because I can't see. Like I speak the major languages in Nigeria. I speak Igbo, I speak Yoruba. Then I said that, okay, fine. Let me go to radio. Let me go to telecommunication companies. Let me be your customer service. At least I need no little sight. I will just need to just talk to people on your system. If I'm aided with some person to help me use the keys and all that, of which if I go back to my brilliance and learn how to use my software and all that, I'll catch up later without the air of anybody to help me do anything. But they were not giving me that. They were not thinking the way I was thinking.
And you've gone to some of these.
I was constrained.
You've gotten job interviews to some of these telecoms companies and.
Yeah, I wrote them that I've gone to them, yes.
Oh, and they responded and all that. Did they respond?
They told me, that young man, we don't think you can do work with us because of your sight. So I will pray that you go and you get a better place. Even NYSC, I told them. They said something to me that I should go to free citizen of Nigeria. I should keep looking for a job. So I just
All is well.
It is well, sir.
So for Mr. Daniel, what next? What next?
For me,
Yes.
what next now is to get myself equipped, sophisticated with these technologies I told you about. When I have those things, then I'll think straight of what to do with them from there. So once I have those things, I have the JAWS, I have the laptop, I have the talks, and I go through my braille schools, and somebody will help me go through that and all that. Then when I'm back, anybody can pick me up and employ me to work with her or him. And then both in private organizations and both government institutions, because I know I'm very skillful when it comes to institutional management, good governance, and the capacity building. I'm very, I could be very, very vulnerable. Advocacies on and awareness and advocating, awarenessing, educating people. I'm very good at this. These are things that I do, and giving hope to the hopeless. And one of the things I dreamt of, and I'm still dreaming of, to be the voice of the voiceless in the society.
Okay.
So I just need people to rally around me and help me achieve my dreams.
Okay. And to recap and to reiterate what you just said, what were your dreams? And are you still focused on? Let me come again. What were your dreams? And are you still focused or on track to fulfilling those dreams of yours?
I just told you one of those dreams I have, to be the voice of the voiceless in society, because I discovered that there are a lot of voices in the society crying for justice, crying for help, crying for rescue, but those voices are not loud enough. Those voices are not heard enough. Just like this magazine giving me their voice for people to hear my view, hear what I need, and come to my rescue. So many persons go to the courts to seek redress for justice. They are being denied right in their presence, and they have nowhere to run to. I have been praying that God, please let the people speak through my voice, and let the problems of people be answered through my problems that will be answered and have been answered. And another thing that I focused on is right from my childhood, I wanted to be a politician, and I've been praying to God that God, please deliver this great country of Nigeria and Nigeria into my hand. I subscribe to Nigerian credibility, peace, love, unity, and justice. They are my utmost desires, which I must vigorously pursue, not minding some salient issues arising from each places or everywhere in the country. I want to rule this country, and I want to bring about development, both human development, economic development, technology development, socio-cultural development, coupled with my own course of study, history and international relations, checking some of Nigerian foreign policies, checking our policies. Is Nigerian policies abroad among the member states, are they Nigerian friendly? Are they economically attractive? Are they interesting to the development of Nigeria on every space of Nigeria's life? Are they how can we continue to depend on petroleum? How can we look further for better things outside petroleum and embarking on agriculture fully? All these things are things that I have in mind. Better things to save the country from the hands of people who make this country big for nothing before the international circle. Nigeria has to go back to history. We have to go back to memory lanes. Look at the ancient tigers, that is the Chinas. Look at them today. They have to go back to their history. They have to shun the shunnable things. They have to flush out the flushable things. And now they have the best and the strong economic in the world. Just when? So all these things I looked around and I've been praying to God, deliver this country to my hand, let me handle it. And I'm working towards it. And I know I will get there, not minding my constraint, like my sight, my visual impediment. I know I will get there.
Once again, thanks for giving us your time to interview. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, sir. Do I need to, I don't know if I will need to give my numbers in air. I have to give my number in the paper.
No, it might not be published, but I don't think it will be published, but
okay, you mean the interview will be published?
No, the interview will be published, but not your numbers.
Okay.
Oh, okay, if you want to give your numbers, don't worry. You can go ahead. What are your numbers?
080 321 596 48.
That's all.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome, sir.